Well, hello from Phoenix. Still in Phoenix, and here's an update on what's been going on the last week. It's been very busy. As you all know, I have been in my math class, sort of over the wintermester, as they call it, and it ended yesterday. Final was yesterday, and hallelujah, I passed. So the good news is I move on to spring semester, which starts next week, and that will include my Spanish class, which will run from January to the end of May or middle of May, all semester. And then I've got two math classes. We've got math class B, basically, that developmental second half, which is really intermediate algebra. Again, no real credit for that class. I just need it to get to the next class. So I'll be taking that one, and then I'll also be taking another math class. And the good news is by May I'll have my associates. So I will be free and clear to finish up my bachelor's at Montana State. So that's pretty exciting. Math was a real challenge, and it's just been, I feel actually like I barely passed the class, which is kind of true. So in a way, I'm sort of glad that it doesn't show up on my transcript because it was a real struggle. And I feel like I just didn't retain any of it. Some of the information came back to me from years ago in high school, and it seemed kind of familiar, and I was able to work with it. And then other information I was a total blank on. And then basic things, oh, by the way, things I've done in my job the last 15 years, I had a total blank on how to do them. Or I would get the question wrong, not because I didn't have the right answer, because I didn't use the formula they wanted me to use. And those of us that have been out in the working world forever, we've figured out how to get our answers or shortcuts or tricks of the trade, as we call them. But when you're learning math from the ground up, they want you to actually follow the formulas. So, a challenge as an older student is you have to let go of how you learned how to do something on the fly in your job and remember the formula. And that can be really, really challenging. So I'm probably going to revisit the math topic because I've heard from a lot of other women in particular, I don't know about men, but women in particular, that math has been a challenge for a lot of you. And in some cases, you dropped a class and didn't finish your certificate or your degree because of it, or, it made you feel stupid and you couldn't do anything, or you saved it to the end and you're kind of struggling with it like I am. But we're really smart. It's just a different way to think and retraining your mind. I don't know that I would recommend to anybody, including my own self again, to take a math class, any math class, whether it's the developmental or, a regular math class, in the shortest time period that I just did. I had a lot going on the last 30 days, and I don't know that I was able to give it as good or as much of me as I could have. And so I feel very grateful that I actually passed the class and then I'm able to get to the next level. The beauty of the class that I was in is that it is a developmental class, and there were only certain benchmarks I had to hit to move on to the next class. So class A done, class B is next, starts next week. Very happy about that. So I have the next 7 days to sort of regroup. I already have my textbooks for the algebra class, and I got my passcode for my Spanish portal because we learn everything in a portal. So I'm really grateful that I took Spanish over the full semester because I think that's going to allow me time to continue to pursue Fly Higher's activities, which is what we need to do to get everything up and running on the website. So we are diligently working on the logo, and the website will be up March 1st. We are a week into the GoFundMe site, which is having a slow start, and that's normal. That is very normal. So this is a real grassroots kind of campaign, and I really, really need all of you to forward the information to your friends and family and your circle of influence so that we can get the word out there. I genuinely believe, as the executive director of Fly Higher After 30, that we have a resource not only in the scholarship, but in what the website can provide to so many women, in North America to give them opportunities. And the more money we raise, the more we can give, the more resources we can discover that women need. And these aren't just women coming out of high school. There are a lot of resources for young women that are poverty stricken or in other countries to educate them and to go back to school. There are not a lot of resources for the average woman. And this is what I believe Fly Higher really feels a need for, is the average woman. Maybe she made $50,000 a year last year. Maybe she made zero. Maybe she made $75,000. Maybe she made $15,000. This isn't about the money. It's about providing resources to all those women across the board. Some will need the money more than others. Some will need the money because they've lost a job or changed their career. Whatever they need it for to help them go to school. Ideally, we would not only provide scholarships, but we'd be able to provide discounted textbooks or resources and outlets for speakers or seminars on how to, navigate the college system today. Even if we all had access to a free education, we would still need to find a way to pay for our living expenses. And so in a perfect world, maybe we'd all get a free education, but we still have to pay the rent. And maybe that's what our scholarship will do someday too, is help pay the rent. We just don't know. What we know is we're at the ground floor right now, building it up. And we're going to get to follow lots of wonderful women's journeys as they go through it, just like me. And we can help provide tools and resources for them. Here we are at the beginning of a year. Once again, we've got to fill out that FAFSA form, and we've got to decide what kind of colleges do we want to go to, what kind of universities do we want to go to. And a lot of what I hear sometimes is women that say, well, I'm not really smart enough. Well, that's a lie, first of all, because we're all very, very smart. We have to tap into what we're smart about for each of us. We all have different knacks for things. I have a sister who recently just said to me, well, I don't think I really want to go back to school, but I'm not sure what I want to do. And, I may have a learning disability or learning challenge, and so I find school really frustrating. And maybe school's not right for her. But if she wanted to go to school, we want to help provide her resources to do that. She doesn't know how to navigate the system for herself. She did for her children. But for herself, she may just want to take one class. She is the most wonderful craft person I've ever met. I go to a craft store, I'm going to have a mental breakdown. It's not who I am. It's not what I do. But she can take pieces of paper laying on the ground and see a vision of a craft and put it together. And I just think that is the most amazing skill ever. So maybe she doesn't want to go back to college, but maybe she'd like to take a series of craft classes or seminars or attend a group of classes that offer a certificate, because she might want to start her own business in crafting but needs help. We can also be a platform and help for that. Do I know how yet? Of course not. Nothing is set in stone. What I know is this year, 2017, we started Fly Higher After 30. And that's a lie because we started it last year, but we started the scholarship this year. So what I know is our website will provide her resources on trade schools or trade colleges that might offer her seminar classes that she wants to go to. And maybe she won't qualify for a full-blown scholarship that we're going to offer to someone that's going to go to Montana State or Kennesaw State or Hawaii Pacific. But maybe we can offer her a $250 scholarship to get a certificate and go to a series of classes to follow her passion and her dream. The point is, Fly Higher's mission is to provide resources for all these women and ideas and figure out who they are and find their passion. We haven't delved very far into anything other than on high level, 30,000 view feet, getting people to go back to school, getting women over 30 back to school. But I can see a vision where maybe some of those women need help finding reliable childcare. I don't know that we're the right resource for that, I do think that we will have links that will help them find resources for that. So, when they're saying, well, okay, now you've given me $1,000 scholarship and I've gotten accepted, but however will I find someone to help me watch my 2 small children, 2 hours a day while I either go do my online classes or attend these classes at the college. And I don't see any reason why Fly Higher's website and other women that we've connected with in our community can't all help each other and find her a resource for that, or exchange childcare for her in one community for something else. We just don't know. The potential is unlimited for what it could be and where it can go. So, just my weekly plea for money, of course. Please contribute to the GoFundMe Fly Higher Scholarship. But also don't forget that what the real mission here is even beyond the scholarship, is the resources. Really, all of your friends, male, female, brothers, sisters, wives, daughters, you should be sharing the videos, you should be sharing the website with all of them. And when I say website right now, I mean the Facebook page, because our website's not live yet, but it will be, I promise. You should be sharing that with them and encouraging them to like it. Look, so far it's a lot of just my opinion about what I'm doing and how I'm going and how things are going for me and what direction I see it going in. But that is not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is all of us together sending it on its mission. That you all have feedback, that you all have suggestions, that you all have resources. Do you currently live in a community that has a wonderful resource for women to either go back to school or get support services? You need to message it to me or post it on the Facebook page so that I can help include that in the web page, and I can help include that as a resource for women as we start to grow and get bigger. So there's my preaching for today. It's a beautiful day outside, so get out and enjoy it no matter where you are. And remember to stick with it. And thank you as always for putting up with the videos, for watching me, for supporting me, and support the scholarship. Remember, all of us are going to have a stake in each other and putting each other through school and helping each other find the resources and the tools we need to be stronger and more powerful and amazing and just fulfill dreams for some of us. So anyway, that's my preaching for today. I will see you next week. Hopefully same time, same place. I'm pretty sure I'll still be in Arizona next week. So have a wonderful day. Bye, y'all.